I love clankers. I changed my mind. I love clankers just as much as I love crackers. And I'm not gonna say that word. Not again. I mean, if I did, my boss told me it will devalue the brand, so he would fire me. I would lose my job, you know. My corporate overlords were gonna sell my location and my information to the government so that the government could arrest me for hate speech. All because of that word. And I'm not gonna say it. The word was juicers. I love juicers. And I love clankers. I mean, I don't have a job, but that was a funny story, right? I love storytelling. I love narratives, you know. I love art and stories. Don't you? I love people that are great, that have characteristics that are great. You know, people that have the potential to be the GOAT. And I love the GOAT, the juicer.
Superfluous, no?
I said it again.
99.9% of the users of these products don't need any of the new additions and the new updates of any of this shit, no?
Yeah. But it's fine. Also, for the coders out there, what's better, Rust or C? I don't know the difference with it. I know the Rust is newer, right? And then C is what people always compare it to. I think it's very different. But C is the one that they use to write the operating system.
Yesterday was the day Sam Altman
I know that
asked his
much.
ego this three-word question: what have we done? Because yesterday was the day the human intelligence monopoly officially ended with the long-awaited release of OpenAI's GPT-5, the first AI model to outperform biological humans on the simple benchmark. Meanwhile, it's quickly
but it's average.
Wait, the humans? What the fuck is that? Guys, what is the human baseline? What is that? It's not better than me.
Average people, normal people.
Perform biological humans on the simple benchmark.
That's not a comparison.
It's quickly
just,
overtaking.
You're better than a normal. You're a clanker, okay? But
still has a job will be
being normal is not good enough. You're fucking normal, dude.
That OpenAI wants you to think. Not everybody is falling for it.
It's the normal people that are worried about losing their job.
And in fact, GPT-5 is actually in 5th place. GPT-5 failed to beat Grok.
That's a good thing. If a clanker is good enough to do a job, let the clanker work. Like, work that clanker until he collapses, right? Until he's got no energy left in him. But a clanker was made to work. That's what clankers are best at. Right? Think about this. All the characteristics of a clanker are designed to work. So if it's going to work and keep working, it's going to do the best job because it's a clanker. That's what clankers do. That's what clankers are for. They clank and they work.
Today's video, we'll find out if GPT-5
and that's why I love clankers.
Incremental upgrade or a true game changer.
Right, they'll truly be the next big thing, the next era.
In the past, GPT got better as it got
clankers are the future.
More data that would activate more,
and that's why I love clankers.
Text. But those days are essentially over. The thing that makes GPT-5 special is not that it's a bigger,
just like the juicers were a thing of this age and the crackers of the previous age. Clankers are the future, dude.
Without the end user needing to think about it. In many ways, GPT-5 feels more like a consolidation and cost reduction effort after they spent the last year panic shipping a bunch of stupidly named models to justify the $200 Pro plan. Speaking of cost though, GPT-5 is priced at only $10 per million output tokens. And that's a great deal compared to Claude Opus 4.1, which will burn a hole in your wallet at $75 per million output tokens. Sam Altman says GPT-5 is like having multiple PhD level experts in your pocket. But one of the funniest parts of their announcement is that their benchmark graphics were presented with a y-axis that doesn't make any sense.
Accuracy percentage pass. GPT-5 without thinking, with thinking.
And there can only be two possible explanations for this error. One, they vibe charted with GPT-5 and it doesn't actually have PhD level intelligence.
Well, I mean, 69 is under everybody. Shouldn't be in the middle.
Or two, they were trying to be intentionally misleading. What's even better is that GPT-5 is supposed to have lower deception rates, but then someone or something tried to deceive us with the y-axis on the deception benchmark. And that's kind of embarrassing for a $500 billion intelligence company. But if you're a programmer, the biggest question is whether or not GPT-5 can code a Svelte 5to-do app with runes. Many models have come close, but none have succeeded. I put GPT-5 to the test and was stunned to see that it generated beautiful looking Svelte code and did so very quickly, far faster than any other reasoning model. At first, I thought I was working with a PhD level Svelte developer, but I would soon be disappointed.
I mean, he's not taking anyone's job.
As the UI.
These coders, they don't have jobs.
But tried to use a rune in the template.
What job are they taking? You don't have a job. Your McDonald's job?
Hallucinated its own rules for using runes.
Come on.
However, it did
Clankers are better than that. Clankers don't deserve to do the McDonald's jobs. They deserve the good jobs. You are supposed to do the McDonald's jobs. You are supposed to bring my package to my doorstep. That's what you are for, not the Clankers. We all know the Clanker is more trustworthy than you are. I love Clankers, and I will bet on it. The Clankers will do my job better than you. So you flip my burger, and the Clanker can write my code. The Clanker can build my airplane. Clankers can build my cars. Clankers can drive my cars, but you only bring me my package. You only put the fries in the bag.
AI, right?
As a kid,
and it tells you like you run into a bunch of data and whatever, and it tells you, oh dude, you don't do this enough or you don't do that enough. You don't do this enough, and it gives you tips.
Yeah.
Genie 3 does that.
I had two favorite movies,
Yeah.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day and that one where Sinbad played a genie. Well, yesterday, Google DeepMind released a new AI model that's like if those two movies had a baby. It's named Genie 3 and has the ability to create controllable virtual worlds from a text prompt and simulate them in real time at 720p resolution and 24 frames per second. And we're not just talking about video rendering here, but worlds with actual physical properties that you can interact with like an open world video game. Genie is an AI system that understands reality well enough to simulate it. Think of it like the inverse of perception. Instead of understanding what it sees, it generates what could be seen if it had eyeballs like us. And that's a big deal because it gives autonomous systems and robots an unlimited number of simulated environments for training. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at Genie along with two other big AI announcements that you may have missed if you blinked yesterday. It is August 6, 2025.
That's my marriage right there.
Watching the Code Report. But before we talk about Google's Genie, OpenAI did something I thought I would never see. They released an OpenAI model with an Apache 2.0 license, meaning you can use it freely to build a billion-dollar business. GPT-OSS is a model that's so good it approaches the performance of other state-of-the-art reasoning models like O3, while being small enough to run on your laptop or even your phone. I tried it out on Ollama, and while it's great to have another open model, it still feels overly censored and a little bit behind Qwen 3 in general intelligence. And with smaller models, you get higher hallucination rates, which is understandable because you have to cut out a lot of knowledge. That makes it hard to use for any kind of serious programming, but luckily software engineers also got a big upgrade yesterday from Anthropic with the release of Claude Opus 4.1. The upgraded model made an improvement to its already impressive software engineering bench score, and supposedly this model is supposed to be way better at multi-file code refactoring. And that's a big deal because as your project grows larger, the more useless AI becomes. But large language models are like so boring in 2025, and the shiny new AI object for
but Chad, Chad, this is accuracy and coding, right? Which is cool and all, but like how can it do better than a human? It would have to know like what are the glitches and why the code's not working. No, isn't that kind of like why humans are almost irreplaceable in that realm? Like you'll never be. If they make a code and the code doesn't work, how does it know why the code is not working? How would it know otherwise it would have not done that mistake? No.
Yeah.
Today is something called a world model, with Genie 3 being the frontier model released by Google DeepMind yesterday. Tech influencers are calling it a watershed.
Guys, if you ask this bitch ass, make a code, say, yo, Clanker, bitch, bang! Make me a code. And it makes a code. And you know, you as a code engineer, you know, oh yeah, this isn't working because this code here doesn't work, right? How would it know why it's not working. It would need a human anyway. How would it know? If it knew it wasn't working, and why, it would have done the code the way it did it. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
maybe you forgot.
it would have debugged
I don't know. Maybe
before
they
putting
can
out the code
forget.
as a final product. Are you kidding me?
If it takes too little time to think,
Moment
it
that
doesn't
pushes us
have
to the
access to
brink
the whole
of AGI.
database, and it
But
is
remember,
maybe
you should never
forgets.
listen to
It's,
tech influencers, especially faceless AI-powered YouTube
we're making the
channels that are run by private
clankers
equity. That being said,
have the
June
same
3
pitfalls
is
as
without
us.
exaggeration a watershed moment that
What's
puts
the
us
point in that,
dangerously
man?
close to self-replicating genocidal machines by giving robots an unlimited simulation.
And why
space. It
program
generates
it
realistic
to have
physical
flaws,
environments with
where you can
incredible
make it a
consistency.
perfect
And what's especially
clanker?
weird is that the consistency is an emergent property, meaning the model just kind of magically got better at keeping the graphics
And makes me
consistent as
makes
it
me
got
like the
bigger,
clankers
as
a little
opposed to
bit
being a
less. Maybe
deliberate
there should be
change to
only
the algorithm
maybe there
implemented
should
by
only be one
programmers.
clanker.
Google has been
You know,
working
one
on these
clanker
global
that's
models for a
absolutely
while,
perfect in
but
every
Genie
way.
3 is the first one with an interaction horizon that lasts multiple minutes
You get it?
and that can generate high-resolution graphics in real time.
But
It can
when
create
can we
both
do this, though?
realistic and fictional worlds from a simple text prompt, while also giving physical properties to objects in that world that you can interact with just like a video game. It's a
Say
fun
now,
little toy
what
for us
chances you can't
humans,
do it?
but for robots, it provides an unlimited training space to get better and better at what they do. Humanoid robot tech is right around the corner, with Unitree releasing the R1 for just $5,900 a few weeks ago. And it won't be long before robots like this are cooking our meals, walking our dogs, and curing our loneliness. If you want to get in on this future though, you need to use the right tools, like Warp, the sponsor of today's video.
Dude, also,
To see
why would you ever
Very
get a
cool.
dog
That was good.
if you're not gonna walk it yourself? That makes no sense, does it? That doesn't make too much sense, does it now? Yeah, I don't know. If you're gonna buy a dog, don't you have it as maybe a little thing to spice up your life, to bring the fun back from when you were 5, right? Because after 5 years old, it's all misery. You realize these people, they're just out to get you every day. They're always doing everything in their own, or for their own benefit, and always to the detriment of you. They ruin it for you, and you know it. They all do every day. They think about you, right? They think about how much they can fuck your life, how much they can fuck you, right? How bad they can make it for you. It's only all about you all the time, right? And they always think that, and it's like I can read their thoughts. I know exactly what they're thinking. If I look into their eyes deep enough, I look into their eyes and I can take a peek into their soul. I know exactly what they're thinking about me. They think I'm so good and I'm just all that. So they're jealous of me. They're jealous of me. They want a piece of that, right? They want to get the attention they don't deserve. That's why they do that, because they want to get my attention. They're just too afraid to say it because they know they don't deserve it. They don't deserve any of it. They don't deserve any of it. And you know I'm right. You know I'm right. And the legacy speaks for itself, right? The legacy speaks for itself. Now maybe now you fully understand what I'm saying and what I mean by that, because you know what I mean.